writing toolkits. I'd just say a little bit more about writing toolkits because this is an important part of the work that we do, and very often there are misconceptions about this. A writing toolkit is not a list of grammar. A list of grammar probably won't help us. Let me give you an example. If I said in year 2, in terms of success criteria, I remember years ago seeing somebody who got use adverbs, and that was on, it was a rung actually, a rung of about 10 things that the child had to do. And use adverbs that child did. Every sentence started with an adverb, and the sad thing was the teacher ticked it and said well done, and the child felt very pleased about themselves. But of course the piece of writing didn't sound very good. So the grammatical features, they are important, but we think like writers about how we're going to create an effect upon our reader. So if we take something simple like settings, for instance, how do we build that up for the reader? Well, the first thing you've got to be able to do is see the setting in your own mind. The second thing is use settings that you're familiar with. And then we might think about simple things like use your senses. In other words, what can we see? Choose out 2 or 3 details. Show the setting through the eyes of the main character. In other words, Pie paused at the edge of the valley, and then show the setting. Choose out 2 or 3 details to describe. Use your adjectives and similes to build a description. In the distance he could see a tall stone tower. Use prepositional phrases to place things in the setting. And then maybe what can you hear in the setting? I can hear now the children outside in the playground running around. In the distance he could just hear the school children playing. So using our sentences. These are all writing techniques. If I just give them a list of grammar and it says use adjectival phrases, that may work or it may not work. We need to know the purpose of that and to think about how just bunging an adjective in may actually destroy the writing. They're constantly writing things like the red letterbox. Why write that? They're all red in this country. But the rusty letterbox, that's something new. The reader didn't know that, and if it's rusty, the postman can't open it and the letter will arrive late. So each adjective has to earn its place. So a list of grammar that's ticked off may not help us. Remember, with success criteria for something like writing, the only things that we can definitely tick off are going to be capital letter, full stop, finger space, keep it on the line, and was is spelt W-A-S. Everything else is a matter of writerly choice. We need to be thinking like writers. If you're interested in more about writing toolkits, we have written about that in Creating Storytellers and Writers, and we worked out suggested toolkits going from nursery all the way through into year 6. And they are suggested, but they do give you the subject knowledge that you need.